Yes, we are live. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. And it's such a joy to have Gemma with me today, all the way from US. And as usual, again, I did. I got the time zone and the time wrong, and I was like 1 hour waiting to just start this whole interview. But glad we are here, and so far across distances, we are able to chat. Wonderful to have you, Gemma, with us. And as everyone knows, we're doing like a digital business, marketing business, and it's been such a great blessing for us. And that's why I just started this, these series of just to know the business journeys of various business owners who have been blessed abundantly by doing this business, just to hear their journey. And so I would love to know more about you, Gemma. What was your background? How did you know about this business? What made you step into this business? So I just leave the floor on to you.
Oh, thank you, Rina. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be in here with you. It's such a privilege for me to be here. And I am so happy that with the digital business we both are running, we get to earn friends all over the world, even if we haven't really seen each other, but we are in the same community. So it's a wonderful thing. It's such a blessing. My background, well, my name is Gemma Hawks, and I migrated to the USA in 2012. So it's been 9 years since I've been here. And just like any other immigrant, when you come to a foreign country, you have to adjust. So when I started working, I kind of like taking odd jobs here and there just to get by. But way back home, my background is also from a different field. So I actually have businesses that I own and run in the Philippines. I have a poultry business. I have a mango orchard that produces mangoes and I
Wow.
sell them. I have a poultry farm and I produce eggs from my chickens and
Wow.
sell them. I have a little construction business, a sand and gravel business, and we sell them. We sell center blocks, decorative stuffs like that. Traditional kind of business. Like you have
Mm.
to be all over the place. You kind of like fighting tug of war. You have to be there. You have to be there, and pretty much very tiring. But it is the way it is. And then I am also into the law profession, and I'm also a college professor back home. So
Wow.
my hands are really
I know, that's awesome. You're doing so many things, and I just love what you talked about these traditional
yeah,
businesses.
yes,
I mean, then you can really see, how different it is running a traditional business and, a digital business online, the efforts, the time involved. We would
yes,
love to hear that from
yes,
you.
absolutely. So traditional business, you kind of like micromanage everything from sourcing the product, from selling it, from marketing it, from doing the recordings, the accounting part of it, paying your people, submitting benefits for your people, providing them health coverage, and even when they have family problems, you have to be involved with them because you don't want to be the kind of boss that just, okay, that's your problem. You handle it. We are human being and we have hearts. So, of
Mm,
course, part of your, social responsibility is to make sure that the family of your employees are also taken care of. So
mm,
it's just a lot of ins and out, and you have to do your own taxes, you have to do your own yearly report, and it's
I know.
a
Oh,
lot of work. So when I started with the digital business, well, before this I worked with so many companies. I worked with the cardiology center, I work in the bakery when I just moved here in the US. I worked
oh.
in a hotel. Oh my goodness, like I just want to work. Is all what I wanted. So I was just getting whatever work is available at that time when I was new here. And
Mm.
then I kind of like established, my resume and whatnot. So right now I am a full-time leasing consultant, and I
Mhm.
still work from 9 to 6 and every other weekend. So somebody owns my time between that, because I
Yes,
report to them, I work for them, and I am grateful I still have job after
right.
all this corona. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of people that lost their job, including my husband last year.
Mm. Mm.
So that really prompted me to, I have to do something and look for plan B, another stream of income that would supplement whatever is, we got lost because of my husband's job. And when your job is gone, the bills
Yeah,
doesn't stop. You still have to eat, you still have to pay your bills, your mortgage, your car payment.
so
They don't
true.
they don't stop.
So true. Yes, Gemma, like when I came in to this country, I was like in Dubai most of my life, and then we moved almost 3 years from Dubai to Melbourne. And for me, by God's grace, I got a job very quickly. But for me, it was sacrificing a lot of things.
Yeah,
It is not possible to live here without both of us working. My son was so
exactly.
small, and he wasn't happy at the childcare, the tantrums in the morning.
Yeah.
My daughter, we used to be literally 12 hours away from away from them each day. Like we used to drop them at like around
Daycare.
7 and get
Yeah.
back to them at 6:30, and I could see their health was affected. He was much happier being with us. So I can totally understand like what you are just saying. And for us, just to tell you what happened last week, some we were just driving on the road, someone just came and hit us, our car. By
Oh,
God's grace, we were all fine, but the car had to be written off, like, and these kind of expenses just come in
yeah.
life, and our salary is just enough to meet our day-to-day needs, and it just doesn't have that extra, like you have unexpected surprises in life.
Absolutely.
Where do we have that supplementary income? I think it's like more of wisdom to have something side than just depending on one source of income. So what you said is so true, and I think it's more about being prepared for the future.
Yes, I totally agree, because there are like surprise expenses that comes along, and what if you don't have anything? It will
Yeah.
be very, very hard. Yeah. So
Yeah, so I also you did mention a lot of things about like a traditional business that you had to go through, but just can you take us through what you really love about this digital business? Like there's a lot of things, the community that's so awesome, mentoring, coaching, the training that is provided.
yeah.
So I would just ask you to like take us through maybe the top three things that you really love.
Yes. So like you said, there's a lot of good things that I really want to mention about the digital business. But the top three, I would say, would be: number one is that there is no selling involved. I am done with selling, because that is where I came from. I've been selling everything. That is for traditional business. You sell stuff. So that's the best, I would say, my top one, because I don't have to sell anything.
Mm.
So the attraction marketing works for us very, very well, because the system is already there. So thank God I found this business that doesn't have any selling involved at all.
Yes, that's very true.
Yes.
That's kind of like my husband was in the sales team, and he used to tell how much he hates targets and trying to convince people. And it's then I realized how much good this business model is, where you don't have you are still in the online world, but you're not selling. You
Right, right. Yeah.
yeah.
And then prior to this, I also do like an online shop thing, but I kind of like, I was preparing to end it, because I have already seen the opportunity and the possibilities in our digital business. So I am so happy about it that I don't have to be pushy,
Mm.
calling friends and family, messaging them, offering them whatever. It's just like a breeze to run the business, because that's pretty much the big bulk of the business, like the selling part. And I'm so glad we don't have to do it.
Yes, so true. Like
And
a lot of the heavy lifting has been moved for us, right? With the with the system running in the background, just doing the email campaigns and uh,
absolutely.
so yeah.
Yes, and that's actually my second top best feature of our business. It's because it is, I really love the automation that comes with it.
Mm.
So everything is automated. You don't have to wake up and do follow up or whatnot, send them email. The system is already doing it for you. And even reminders for webinars, if they missed last week's webinar, the system automatically does it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So your advertisement is running automatically for you as soon as you launch it. You have the website that automatically notifies you with leads. You
Mm.
have your own website that notifies you if you have um follow up or whatnot. It's like everything is already laid out there for you. You just have to do what you need to do, get started, do the training, run your business, and just have the system work for you in the background. And since it is automated, you can do it anytime, you can do it anywhere in the world. Say, if we are ready for a vacation after this corona, we can, still bring our business anywhere we are and still work from there. So
Yes.
in a traditional business, if you are gone, you have to have someone that will work on your business.
Yeah, that's so true.
Otherwise, your business will stop.
That's so true. That's so true. And you will know, you are a best person to say that because you know how things come to a standstill when business get impacted. Even during COVID, like a lot of the shops just outside our
Yeah,
lane, they had to be closed down because they couldn't sustain it any longer. And for us, we have
right.
experienced that in the online space, businesses were actually booming. It was like everyone was there online. Most of the
Right.
shopping, everything is now done online, so
Yes.
it doesn't really make sense to kind of go and start a traditional business anymore in this
Mhm.
century. It's
That is
like it's
correct.
the way to go.
I totally
Yeah.
agree. So now the third one on my top list would be the community. So I so love our community. When I took action and was introduced to the business model, which I really love, I was also introduced to the community. So as I was browsing and people are like welcoming me as a new member of the community, I just felt so blessed to have all these people supporting. They are all positive people, supportive people, passionate about what they want in life. And other than that, they kind of like make themselves available for you.
Mm.
Give you tips, give you advices on how to run your business, everything that are geared towards your success in the business. Like the ones that has been there ahead of us, they are so selfless in sharing their experience, in encouraging the new ones, like, don't be discouraged, we've been through that, keep on pushing, just continue the training, just continue whatever you need to do. And it's just, you are just being like lifted, your spirit is just like lifted to a stage where you can basically like, just shrug off your fears and your desperation and whatnot, and pick up your stuff and then continue.
Yes,
Like being in a community where positivity just surrounds, it's kind of like making your mindset like, I can do this, you can do this, I can do this, we can do it. Like,
that's so
you just
true.
have to surround yourselves with
That's so
positive people, and basically you have to change your mindset, because if you want to change for the better, You just have to change your mindset.
Mm,
So I
that's
love
so
the
true.
community. I have
I
posted
know.
questions in there, and I can always get answers. If not in the community comments, I always get answers in my inbox. I really love it. So
That's so true.
those are
I
my
totally,
three. Uh-huh.
yes. So, the community, I mean, it's awesome. Like, you have doubts, you have your inhibitions, fears, but the community spirit is so good that they keep you pushing you forward.
Yeah.
And I have experienced that there's no competition. Everyone's ready to give, and it's really awesome being part of this community. And I also would like to know from you, like, anyone can do this, like you said, anyone with no digital or marketing experience, this online, in the online space, the training is that is laid out for us is so extensive, and step by step they say you this is what you do in the first week, the second week, the third week. How
Yeah.
did you find it, and how was it helpful for you when you set up your business?
Yes. I always call this training that we have. It's such structured. I always call it excuse proof kind of training because whatever your excuse is, we can always counter as like, okay, if your excuse if you're not tech savvy, you don't need to be tech savvy. Just follow the training. It's so layman's, so everybody can understand it and follow along regardless of what walks of life they are from. So
That's
if
so
they
true.
would say, I can't do the training because I have to work, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can always do the training on your own pace on the
Hmm.
weekend if you have 2 3 hours time in the morning or in the evening, you know.
Yes,
So
yes, like
and then
you said, it's
if
all about the mindset, right?
yes, and if your excuse is, oh, I cannot do it because I have to be there, I have to go to work in this city, they move me to this, well, you have the access. You can bring it anywhere you want. So
That's
I
so
always
true.
call it excuse proof because you cannot bring in your excuses not to do the training. It is so extensive, it is so structured, very doable. it's
Mm,
it's so doable that if you have like a 12 year old 12-year-old kid to training along with you, I'm sure that kid can just follow just fine.
yeah, awesome. That's true.
It's
That's so
it,
true. It's so easy, and anyone can follow it with no
right,
prior background.
exactly. And you have your mentor. If you stumble upon some questions that you get stuck and you don't know, you have your mentor to reach out to. You have your
Right.
coaches to reach out to. What else do you need? I mean, everything's provided.
That's
So
true.
all you have to do is just follow along with the training.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
Thanks, Gemma.
always
That was really like a good piece of advice,
yes,
because uh, it's not like you're alone. You have to figure this out. You have to like, if you go and start your own business without this community and training
yeah,
support, it's going to be difficult. You're going to be lost out
exactly.
there.
You are correct. It's gonna be difficult, but the company, the founder that we have, they had really made it so easy for us.
Mm,
Like all you have to do is just follow along, and we have updates every now and then on our system, on our training, and
right.
all of us are being notified about it. So it's
That's
not
true.
like you have been missed out.
Mm,
So
that's
everybody
true.
gets the notification, everybody's passed down to the newest business partner, and
Yeah.
all the
That's
support,
awesome.
guide and guidance is available to everybody.
Yeah,
So
that's totally true. So
plus the tools are also provided as well. So I mean
that's true.
it's
That's true.
yeah,
Even I was able to set up the business in like 1 week, because I was like, I just wanted to, get going. And it's
yes,
possible if you just put in your time and efforts. It depends on your passion.
mhm,
But we're running out of time. But just from you, like, there are a lot of people who want to step into doing things like this on their own, be independent, start a business, but they're not sure where to start. Sometimes their fears, like we talked about, comes and stands in the way. They
Mhm.
think, is this a scam? Is this something I can trust? Would I really get returns? What do you have? What's your one line advice to these people?
I think, like us, when we started, we also have questions.
Mm,
But I would advise them to really go back to their why. They have already entered the business, they have already watched the webinar, they have already, some of them had already paid the 149, which is refundable. So there's nothing to lose
mm,
on their end. If they are still afraid and skeptical about it, they have the time to research on the business. They have the time to check the legitimacy of the business, to study the business model. So if they are still scared, I don't know what else to say, but on my part, yes, I was scared. And I am pretty sure we were not alone when we started this business who have like
mm,
questions. And but I always go back to, what is my why? Why did I wanted change? And why did I choose to use this vehicle to make change happen?
mm.
I want to re-own my time. I don't want to work until 65 years old. I want to be able to travel to visit my family anytime I want, anytime they needed me. And
Yeah,
being employed, I have to have my manager approve my leave, my vacation. And it's something that, is important for me. I have to have to own my time. And in a couple of years from now, I am hoping that I would be one of those that have regained their time, work from home, and
yeah.
still is able to make a living, and
Mm,
at the same time help people start their own digital business. I am hoping that by that time I will be so equipped with the training so I can be more helpful to the new ones that will come in. That way I can also share with them what I have learned in the business.
right, that's awesome. That's
Yes.
an awesome advice. It's very evident that you are going some places like
Oh,
the
yes.
poster behind you says, and
I
hope you get
agree.
that time back that you're wishing for. And I really believe this
Thank
business
you.
can give it to you. And you travel places, you get your time, you visit family, and that's what even I'm dreaming for. And thanks again, Gemma, for just joining me and for your precious time, even
Thank
after a
you.
long day
Thank
at
you
work,
for
to give
having
me
me.
your time.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome, and we will get to meet again. And do visit us if you
yes,
pass by Australia.
I will.
God bless
Thank you
you.
so
Bye.
much, Reina, and God bless you as well.
God
You be
bless you.
safe. Thank you.
Thank you.